Welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom. Yeah, I've been spending money again. Couldn't resist it. The KANONENJAGDPANZER, well, what do you have? I can't even. The KANONENJAGDPANZER. I'm going to call it the Crony from now on. Went on sale this morning. And I love my TDs. As anybody who sees the channel will know, I like playing TDs. And when this tank came out, I was put off by all the reviews of it, which were frankly shocking. Nobody had a good word to say for it, it seemed. And I let myself be swayed for it, and it only came up once and never reappeared, and I thought I missed my chance. And then it came up again this morning, and I had to go and buy it. I'm stupid. I am so stupid. So this is the Tier 8 German tank destroyer. Now the biggest problem with this tank, well, hang on, before we get that far, this is available at the moment on the Wargaming EU shop. You can buy it in two forms. You can buy the tank with a garage slot, 4,250 gold and 10 personal mission reserves for £41.46, or 40, which is basically nearly 46 euros, I believe. No, it's not at all. I'm completely lying. It's basically 50 euros. Apologies. The other option, which I took, was just the tank with a garage slot for £30.52, or 36 euros 80. So that's the package. So, quick look at the vehicle itself. This is, as I say, a Tier 8 TD. Very, very low profile. You can see it's very, very flat to the ground. Very sneaky, very tiny, very fast, and an okay gun. That's a bit odd for a TD. Usually TDs have a gun that is considerably better than sort of a standard tank at their tier, but this gun is actually exactly the same gun as you get on the Tier 8 Scout, the RU251. Where is it? There we go. The guns are the same. Let me just go back to the... oh, where's it gone? The Crony. Here we go. There we go. So while the gun is the same, the one on the Crony is considerably better. And I think that's largely because it got a really good buff in the last patch that came round. So this was one of the complaints that people had about this tank, was that you were driving around with effectively a light tank gun on it, and it's had a lot of buffing. So if you look at the stats, the rate of fire is fairly similar, so 9.7 on the 251 and 9.5 on the Crony, but the penetration has increased considerably. So while the light tank only gets 190, 250 and 102, the Crony has a 238 with its standard round, which is quite considerably better. 48, if my math is correct, millimeters extra penetration. The heat and HE are exactly the same at 250 and 102. Average damage is exactly the same though across the board, 240, 240 and 320. Dispersion for the Crony is also better by 0.04, sorry, so that's good. Aim time is also a lot better. Very, very good at 1.8 aim time. Very nice indeed. So that was one of the big complaints people had when this tank first came out, and from what I saw, the stats of this tank, not that there were many in play, but the stats of this tank meant that it was actually dead last in terms of capability compared to other Tier 8 TDs, which is why it got a significant buff recently. So anyway, let's have a quick look at it. This thing, well, we talked about the gun. It has a pretty effective punchy gun. Really nice, reasonably rapid firing, but you know, not absolutely stunning, but usable. 1,200 hit points, which is okay. but armour. Well, it doesn't really have armour. It has maximum of 30mm front and side and 8 at the back. So this thing will be penned by HE shots. So really you cannot afford to be spotted, you cannot afford to be focused on, and you certainly have got to use your advantages, which are mobility and concealment, to avoid being hit, because if you get hit you're going to get wrecked. That 1200 hit points will disappear very, very rapidly. Now the good news about this tank is it is extremely rapid. Extremely rapid. Has a 500 horsepower engine and only carries around a chassis that weighs 26 tons, which gives it a top speed of 70 kph and a reverse speed of 20. It even traverses pretty quickly at 50 degrees per second, which is pretty good. So you've got a very, very fast tank, which is a very useful thing in a TD. It's a bit like I find with the Scorpion. Zero armor, pretty good gun. You can redeploy when you face trouble, and you've got to use that speed. You've got to use your map awareness to anticipate trouble and bug out before it gets too close to you. Concealment, very, very good. Very stealthy tank. Well, I mean, look how low it is to the ground. So you know, it's a really good stealthy tank. However, one thing, and again this is one of the things that people moaned about and compared this tank to the E25, which is the OP German TD that's now no longer on sale. It used to be a tier 7. Here you go, this thing. This thing, when it fires, does not have the impact on its concealment. So when tanks fire, you lose quite a substantial part of your camo rating. The E25 doesn't get that. However, the Crony does. So when you fire, your camo rating disappears, which means you're likely to get spotted. So that's one thing to bear in mind with this thing. View range on it is pretty good, pretty poor actually. For a tier 8 TD, it's only 360 base. Now if you've got a decent crew and binos, as I'm going to be using, you can increase that considerably, but 360 is a little bit on the low side for a TD. 750 signal range, well, nobody really cares about that. So what else can we tell you about this thing? So it has a very good gun elevation actually, 15 degrees elevation and 8 depression, which isn't too bad at all. However, the gun arc is only 15 degrees each side, which is not great. So basically you've got a very, very mobile, fairly stealthy, well, very stealthy until it fires, TD. So it can work, I believe, quite well as a scout as well as a TD. Even though the view range isn't fantastic, if you can get concealed, and you can see I'm using camo net and binos because my aim with this tank is to get it into positions where it can hide, bring up its camo net and its binoculars to avoid being spotted for as long as humanly possible. The other thing to say with this, it only has a 4-man crew, which is fine on the lower level if you're training up your lower level crews, but you can see how I've got my Waffelträger Alpha Panzer IV crew in there, and that's actually a 5-man crew, so I've had to I'm going to have to rotate the loader around because the Waffle has 2 loaders, whereas this thing only has 1, so that's a little bit of a pain. So anyway, this is my new toy, and I'm really excited about it because, as I say, I felt I missed out when it came on sale and I wanted to play with it. So I've just gone on and bought it, which is a bit stupid. Let's take it out and have a look and see what we can do with it. Obviously it's a tier 8 tank. It will not get preferential matchmaking because we know that Wargaming have done away with all that now. Okay, so here we are on Fisherman's Friend. It's a sorry, in joke there. Fisherman Bay. It is a tier 8 game, which is nice. And I'm going to go and camp a bush. E25s on their side, so that's not going to be too much fun because they are really stealthy. And unfortunately they will rip me a new one very, very easily. Hot shot at that E25. E25. I'm fixated on E25s. Get in a position where I can actually support these boys down there. Oh, they are down there. Those E25s. Lovely. I knew they would be. First shot into him. Just keep pumping that. Where did he go? Get rid of these E25s, they're a nightmare. Good, one down. Quite impressed with the accuracy of this gun. That was HE, that was stupid. Oh, that was a lucky shot. Right, to change to HE if he's going to poke there. Come on, reload. Got it. I tracked him as well, I think. Tracked him for sure. He repaired. That's the other E25. Aim. Good shot on the SU. Can we hit him again? He's gone. Tracked him. Oh, he's already tracked. Come on, reload. Oh, where did that shot go? Accuracy or what, hey? Ah, and again. Come on, try that again, boss. He's gone. Right, let's just move. Let's use this speed and this thing. Does that hit the Dicker Max? No, it didn't. Oh, good grief, it's drilling. It sounds like I'm in a dentist. And I love dentists so much. Can't get a shot on him. So you can see that, I mean, that was a real campy fest game, to be honest, but you can see the mobility of this thing is fantastic. If you get in trouble, you can relocate quite quickly and quite easily. I think I might just go and say how do you do to that Dicker Max. Hello Dicker Max, do you like me? Oh, he's dead. Where's the RT? He must be in the corner. There he is. I want to kill you. Oh, somebody else got him. Oh, it looks like a tank that can do a handbrake turn too. Nice. Good job. Well, there you go. That wasn't a bad game. Didn't really do a huge amount apart from camp, to be honest, but third class mastery, fire for effect. Middle of the team, 1,500 damage, 1 kill, 512 base XP, 19 shots fired, 12 hits, 9 penetrations, 2 splash damages. Okay, didn't take a hit, which is good because, as we established, you can't afford to take a hit. 50,000 credits for a fairly nondescript game. Resupply was not too expensive, so still made nearly 45,000 credits, which is rather good. First win of the day, 768 XP with a premium count times 2 and 77 for being in a premium gave me 1600 XP, which is pretty darn good. Yeah, that's alright. That was an interesting game. Not the best, but not the worst either. Okay, so here we are on steps. It is a tier 8 game, so we're fairly fortunate that way. I'm gonna stay this side and see what I can to support the heavies. Whoa, I'm trying not to run into. Let's get up here, just get some spotting done. So, view range isn't the greatest in this tank, that's one of the problems. Oh, looks like the enemy is sitting back there and not actually coming forward. That was a lurve. You always rely on a lurve to come forward, can't you? Might go on to some HE, see what we can do. I know he was an angle there, but that was stupid. Pull him back, took out my gunner, driver. Missed him again. Got a shot in that KV from this range, but I can't pen him at the moment. Oh, that's frustrating. I have to say I'm a bit frustrated so far with the pen ability of this gun. It's not as good as you'd imagine. We have to push this a bit. We're losing the game. Okay, he's gone. I was gonna have to go and support these muppets over the other side. A bit nervous about where that SU's gone. Losing speed up. Oh, the accuracy of this gun is not great. I know I'm firing at range, but wow. Oh, and I pop an outrageous shot through like that. Let's go and support the middle. So I was kind of hoping that the accuracy would be better on this thing, but it's not. Come on, reload, I want him. hit from all sides. Okay, so we brought it back a bit. Support these remaining tanks. Haven't done much damage, to be honest. That's good. Chooses to fire at me, of course he does. Of course he does. Ah, well. Second over. I think we turned the tide. Can't say it was a massive game for the crony, but it was okay. It was okay. I get the feeling with this as a TD that actually in a lot of games you're as good being a sort of playing it like a scout, so playing fairly defensive and spotting the enemy, because it seems that you haven't got the stopping power really. The gun is a little bit insipid. Go and kill that Jagdpanther first. I suppose he... Okay. I don't know why I just didn't come up back with the Jagdpanther and kill him. Would have been so much easier. And quicker. So... gracious enemy as usual. So, what's he trying to do? He's just trying to stay alive, isn't he? Just trying to stay alive. The only thing that's really got a chance of running him down is the charioteer. Finish the game really. This guy's going to run around. Oh, looks like the Oho is going. Charioteer has got some speed, that's for sure. And he's probably got the Hesh loaded, I should imagine. That's what I would be doing at this precise moment. Hesh has extra power, extra damage and extra penetration against lightweight targets. Oh, he was going to take a shot there and couldn't. Good plan, go straight over the top. Oh, he missed him. He missed him. Oh dear, now he's in trouble. You didn't do that so well, Mr. Charioteer. Ooh, what's that, the T-29? It's like round around the mulberry bush. Someone's going to kill him in a minute, surely. Coming down the back. so I can run for it. Kill him. Yes, good. Bit of a shame, waste of a big shell that. There you go. That was, yeah, nothing special. But so you've got a lot of assistance damage, and that seems to be the way you're going to do it with this tank, I think. Feels like a tank that's more like a scout that has a scout ETD, if that makes sense. Third class mastery, bruiser. Finished 5th on the team. 609 base XP. 18 shots, 12 hits, 6 penetrations. Pen is... it's more lacking than I thought it was going to be. We actually took 8 hits, 6 of which penetrated, 2 didn't. Amazing 2 didn't, to be honest. 473 assistance. I think that's going to be the key. I think you're going to need to, I mean, okay, I should have penned a few more shots, but that was a tier 8 match, and I think you're going to have to use this as quite a good snipey, spotty tank. So spot enemy as much as you do shoot them. Still make reasonable credits. I mean, that was a nondescript game, and we still came up with nearly 47,000 credits after cost 32.5, which is okay. 914 XP with a premium count, 91 for driving a premium tank, gave us just over 1,000 crew experience. So yeah, it's not quite as good as I hoped, I'll be honest with you. So here I am again on Airfield. I have to honestly admit and report I'm a little bit underwhelmed by this tank. It's been a bit of a letdown, frankly. I thought it was going to be a heck of a lot more punchy than it is. The accuracy should be better than it appears to be. Well, the figures for the accuracy seem to be pretty darn good. But in practice, I'm missing more often than I'm hitting. And I'm finding it a little bit difficult to actually get to do much with, to be honest. I'm really struggling. Really struggling. And it's disappointing, to say the least, because I was really, as I said before, I was really looking forward to this tank. I thought it was going to be really good fun. And it's just not been, really, if I'm honest. Really disappointed by it. Still, we'll keep persisting. But you know how it is when you're really looking forward to getting a tank. And I had, as I said in the review, I kind of, when I saw this go up on sale, I thought, I shan't, shouldn't I? And I didn't, and I always regretted it because I like my TDs. And I thought this looked fun. And it is. I mean, the mobility of it's fantastic. It gets around the battlefield very rapidly. Ooh. Excuse me, just need to kill that tank there. Oh, there's another one. CDC, pump him full of 90mm lead. Ah, got away though. So yeah, it's really not quite what I was hoping for. But, you know, sometimes you just have to play a tank a bit, get used to it. It definitely doesn't play like many other tanks. It doesn't even play like the Scorpion. I thought the Scorpion was would be very similar, and this isn't. Which is slightly surprising. Ah, somebody else got him. support this Hellcat. Actually, oh, there's another tank over here. I'm going to have to go over the other flank. We look like we need support. Oh, been spotted. That's not great. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And this is kind of the good thing about this tank. It is very feasible to redeploy very, very rapidly, because you can do, I've done look, 70 kph. 70, wow. Always the case when you get over here, it's all changed. Okay, it can now load an OI. So that's the beauty of this tank in action. You can redeploy from one side of the battlefield to the other extremely rapidly. Extremely rapidly. We were doing 70 kph there. Ain't much that can beat that. Let's load some high velocity HE. Whoa. Try not to crash dump. Now the RT is either going to be up at D2 or at this end. Let's just hope there's one. Nope, I'm out of luck. Damn, should have fired on. I can't fire on the move on this thing, it's just too inaccurate. Two shots, two misses. Let's go and give this guy a bit of a kiss. So you can see the load time on it's really pretty reasonable, but it can't DPM out DPN things. Oh, we got him. That's a shame. But you know, we did okay. Mainly because we ripped that OI apart. A bit of a mismatch, really. But what did we come out with? Third class, a big dick, a fire for effect. Finished third on the team, sorry, in terms of XP. 667 base XP, 1,255 damage and 2 kills. 10 shots, 7 hits, 7 penetrations, about 1,200 damage. We took 1 hit in return, which penetrated. Of course it did. 56,000 credits. Fairly cheap to run by the look of it. Still made a profit of 50,000, which is fantastic. 1,000 experience plus the 100 for being a premium vehicle gave us 1,101. So what do I think about this thing? Well, I mean, caveat. I have only played 11 games in it so far, so this is the first impressions. Positive side, it's got wonderful mobility. The accuracy, yes, the wonderful mobility. The camo is obviously very, very good, and I don't know whether it's pure luck, but I do seem to have had tier 8s or tier 9 matches on most occasions. I think of the 11 games, I think I've only had one tier 10. I mean, it really kicked me in the teeth for that one, because it was Himmelsdorf, and the tier 10 when you're in a soft slim vehicle, tier 8 is not great. But anyway, yeah, so that's positive. On the negative side, the gun is not as accurate as I thought it was going to be. It's certainly not that punchy, which is a bit of a shame. The camo is great up until the point you fire. When you fire, you lose that invisibility cloak and you have to move. But given the fact it is very mobile, means you can get around the battlefield pretty quick. So, am I pleased with it? Am I not? Jury's out, frankly. It's not one of those instant tanks where I go, I really like this, like the AC4 I really liked the moment I'd got in and drove it. This one's going to take a little bit of work, and my gut instinct is that it could be a monster, but you probably need the more open maps, the big open prairies, the Properovkas, Melanovkas, those sort of battlefields where you can use both your concealment ability and also your so you're as much a scout as you are as a TD. So that's kind of where I feel with this one so far. But you know, it does seem to me in that last game was a good indication. If you do a reasonable amount of damage, it doesn't have to be massive. You know, I made 50,000 credits there. And you know, bottom line, that's why you get a premium. There's two reasons: one for training your crew, and the other for credit generation. And you know, it seems to do pretty well on the credit generation, that's for sure. So that's good to know. So anyway, that's the I can't say the KANONENJAGDPANZER, the Crony. The tier 8 German TD that was on sale today. I think it's only on sale for a week. We'll see what it hasn't. This is only the second time, to my knowledge, it's come on sale, so we'll have to see what comes out of it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like, and if you haven't already done so, maybe subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your games. Have fun. Remember, it's just a game, and try and enjoy it, even when you get one-shotted by Artie. See you again soon. Gamer Dumb, out.